Don't know what's going on. There we go. Finally. What's up, YouTube? How you doing? My fault. My fault. I've been struggling to get it connected, but we are there, man. We are there. Welcome to the Open Gym. Atlanta's currently taking on. Atlanta's currently taking on Houston in the summer league. It's a little sloppy game so far. It's a little slow start for Atlanta, but hey, summer league. But usual starters for Atlanta. Um, think usual guys that are out or that have been out. Ellie Njai is still missing time, but Kobe Buffkin, Nico Juricic, um, Asa Newell, Jacob Toppin, and Jake. I'm blanking on his last name. Excuse me, but yeah, similar starting five to last game. So we'll see. We'll see the result. Like I said, right now. Oh, so Houston does not have Reed Shepard. I was kind of looking forward to Reed Shepard being out there, but he is sitting. He is out of commission for the Rockets. So as Houston misses the free throw, gets the board, Atlanta blocks that second chance opportunity and gets the ball back. It looks like Kobe Buffkin and Asa Newell are out so far. That's a charge or a block. We did not get in position, but Atlanta's trailing by 4 right now. So yeah, they're just talking about Houston's offseason and what they had going on. They definitely freed up some space there, and they definitely chose up with Fred Van Vliet and Reed Shepard there. They got Cam Whitmore up out of there. So we'll see, man. And their summer league coach looks like Ime Udoka 2.0. As Nico looks to have a continue his success. He had a good game yesterday, a lot better than his first game. Looks like Adam Flagler is out there with Nelly Jr. Joseph. Jack McVeigh, the Australian center, lines up a three right there. So yeah, Adam Flagler, Nico, Nelly Jr. Joseph, Jacob Toppin. That was a nice little bank shot right there. 15-16. Atlanta's trailing by 1 now. You just want to see, the players who are on the roster kind of do the things that they're gonna do on the pro squad. A nice little no look. Jacob Toppin, corner three. It's looking good shooting from the corner, man. It's really a big positive if he steps into a into a role with the big club. All he got to do is hit them corner threes, really. As Adam Flagler gets lost on a little screen, and as Houston knocks down a three. McVeigh, nice little and one opportunity. Nice little post fade. Got in there early. Got the shot up. Nice little shot, man. So yeah, a lot of the summer league players probably fighting for that last roster spot that Atlanta got. Atlanta got one more roster spot to fill. and one roster spot, one two-way spot. So a lot of the guys on the summer league probably kind of fighting for that. So we'll see what Atlanta does. They don't gotta fill it soon. There's really no urgency with that to with either of those positions. So there you go, McVay with nice and one knocks down the free throw. Uh Buffkin re-enters and fouls swiftly, but so yeah, Kobe Buffkin's looking to bounce back. He didn't really have the greatest game scoring wise. I think he had a decent game. Obviously not scoring, but other than that, his process was pretty decent for the most part. He had 9 assists, leading the team in that area, and even though some of his decisions weren't really there, you got to take into account he probably has never truly played just point guard. He's probably been out there with the true ball handler, playmaker. So he did a really good job passing the ball and not turning it over. He only turned it over once. So he did a good job in that aspect, and that's kind of what you want to see. You can't really just single out one or two mistakes that he did have, and just gotta have a lot of room for growth in summer league. Oh, Nelly Jr. Joseph with a nice little post spin. Got the and one opportunity coming up, so hopefully he can hit those jumpers. Those jumpers, those that free throw. I should say that free throw. It's either gonna be a timeout or a yeah. Looks like it's gonna be a timeout going into that free throw. I'm gonna let my dog in real quick. My other guy be let in. So 1 second, y'all. I shall be right. All right, man. We back. Yeah, man. Kind of expecting Nelly Jr. Joseph does not knock that free throw down. There you go, Cole. Yeah, damn. Damn, son. This is not football, dog. We get it, you probably was a dual sport athlete, but dog, it's not football, bro. Gotta be careful. Yeah, man. I'm a I'm a big advocate for what Atlanta's doing this offseason. Shout out to Adam Flagler. I'll be interested to see what they do filling those last two roster spots. One is a two-way, so like it's not that serious, I don't think. Like whoever they choose for that role isn't that serious. But wow. Kobe is Kobe Buffkin really isn't having the greatest stretch right here. These last two games have kind of been rough for him. I think Kobe Johnson is going to be looking to get in the game here soon. As Kobe Buffkin turns the ball over again. So Kobe isn't having the greatest game again. Jack White is in the game. Can't get that corner three to fall. But man, yeah, Kobe isn't having the greatest game. You know, you don't really want to pick on him, but you know, like I said, you have to have a lot of room for growth. So with that being said, what I mean is, you know, you gotta allow them to have rough spots, rough patches, and as long as he stays aggressive and like stays within the system, you know, if he's missing, he's missing. But if he's kind of forcing it and kind of taking focusing the offense on himself, then it's not looking that great. Yeah, it's not really looking too good for him this first quarter, but it is the first quarter pretty early in the game, so you want to stay positive. Don't really want to ride it off too early. He didn't have to shoot that shit though. I think it was like 6 seconds left in the shot clock. As Kobe hits the ground again, you know, you want to be a little weary of his health. He is kind of coming back from a shoulder issue, so not really sure who the Rockets have if they did draft anybody. I know they got Reed Shepard on their roster, but he is sitting. So wow. So this is gonna be a before action foul. So two shots and the ball, I believe. Man, Kobe just kind of hope. Man, it's a rough process for Kobe Buffkin this game. You kind of hope that it turns around for him, man, because it's not that great. But as Houston is on an 8-0 run, Kobe's not. I'm not gonna say he's responsible for it, but man, it's not looking good for him. It's uh, it's kind of responsible for that 8-0 run, like 2, 3 turnovers. Kind of let that cut happen, so that cut and driving kick three kind of got put in play. It's not a good look right now. Drawing a couple fouls, not man. Gotta hustle for that rebound, bro. All right, he made that little floating float layup on the break, so that's a 2K rec possession right there. But he just dribbled out. He's just gonna dribble out the clock, just not pay attention to it, then get the shot up. Anyway, man, like I said, rough kind of first quarter for Atlanta. I know Kobe Bufkin's kind of struggling right now. He's trying to find his rhythm. So hopefully he can find that. It's still a tie ball game, even though it's a little slow for Atlanta. When that bench unit kind of checked in for Atlanta, things kind of started picking up. But looking at the stats, Kobe Buffkin again, 2 for 5, so it's not the worst, but he's definitely starting off better than the last game, though. It's not saying much. He was like 0 for 9. So got a couple to go there, 4 points. Needs to be a little tighter with the possession of ball. Um, Nico kind of quiet. Everybody, it's been quiet. Um, just a team effort from overall. Like I said, the bench unit came in, made an impact. Jack McVay hit a three. Had a 3-point play. That was pretty nice. Nice little post turnaround. So nice play from the bench. Can't complain. Adam Flagler came in, hit a three. Um, Javen Johnson, he is a player that's kind of fighting for a roster spot right now. Is his first burn of summer league, so good to see him get some burn. Hopefully, they keep him in for a minute so he can display his talents for Atlanta or any other teams that's trying to look for somebody of his abilities. But yeah, man, it's been a pretty good game. It looks like yeah, Kobe Johnson. I don't know if he's hurt or anything, but he hasn't played yet so far. Ellie Njai is out. He had a wrist injury. All the other guys I'm not too familiar with. I know they're on the squad, know their names, but I'm not too familiar with their situations. So yeah, with Houston, man, I really think this is just like we trying out to keep eyes on us and see what it's talking about. But I don't really think this is like a you really looking like it's not a high prospect team. They don't really have a lot of prospects. I could be mistaken. They could have like two, three rookies on this team that's on the pro club. But if I'm not mistaken, I feel like they traded a lot of their draft picks this year in the draft. So I could be tripping. Let me know if I'm tripping. Let me know. I'm uh, I'm not mad at being wrong sometimes. But but yeah, man, shit. Atlanta's had a good summer league so far. Players are kind of playing their role. When I say that, like it's not a bad thing when you play your role. You gotta understand where you are and who you are at the moment. I think if you want to be somewhere, everything's always achievable. You kind of just gotta work for that. So, oh, Atlanta fought for that. Jack McVay and Jack White making an impact. Jack Stevens, I'm pretty sure. Jake, it's either Jake or Jack Stevens. Jake Stevens, I think. I think it's Jake Stevens. Yeah. So Jake Stevens is back in. Really, it's a slugfest right now. Both, it's really a Hawks offense is struggling. Houston doesn't really have a lot of firepower. It seems. Jack McVay loves that little post lean spin or post fade, I should say. There you go. Javen Johnson came up with the board right there. Gave it to Kobe. Kobe gives it to Jack White. Jack White misses there. Atlanta fights for the rebound, but Houston comes away with it. Yeah, like I said, Houston really they don't have a lot of offensive firepower. They seem like a really good defensive team though, causing havoc. Oh man, Kobe, man, it's all right, bro. He's just not having the greatest game. Might be kind of like a just in his head thing. Last game wasn't the greatest for him either, but yeah, Jake Stevens is he, I'm not going to disparage anybody on here. He's not the greatest defensive player. Jack McVay is looking nice. He's having a nice outing, man. Just knocked down a three. Put the Hawks up by 3. Nice lay there. I'm not too familiar with Houston's roster, so excuse me on that one. I wish playback got the had the labels on this. Yeah, Javen Johnson right there fighting through contact. Come on, set the pick, dog. Yeah, Adam Flagler just went up for the leg, got swatted. Man, bro, Kobe must be just sending it in as he kind of makes up for it there. It's like, man, brother. Yeah, Jake Stevens just doesn't seem to be able to keep up with the pace. I mean, he seems to be a good player, but just that man is a little slow. He just can't keep up with the pace. It's kind of hurting Atlanta. Um, as Nico, Nelly Jr. Joseph, and Asa Newell look to check back in after this first three free throw. Oh, my homie guy would know this person shooting Chandler. He went to Tennessee. So that's what's up. That's what's up. So he knocks down the first free throw. Asa Newell checks back in for Jake Stevens. Uh, Jack White. It's a lot of Jack, Jacob. That's a bucket. So Houston seems to be a team that's rebounding, defense, and offense will come through their defense. But yeah, man, I think I don't really think. Oh, he's 7-2. Wow, it's his seventh season. That's what's up. That's what's up. He knocks down 2 of 2 as he ties the game as 36-36. 6 minutes to go in the second quarter. Come on, Berg. Come on, Berg. Give it up. There you go, Asa. Asa is obviously not the strongest player on the court at this moment. He's still 19 years old, but you like to see Asa kind of finish around the rim like that. So it's a very, very positive sign. It's kind of very nice to see. He was face boxing out and put an arm in Buddy's chest. I gotta kill this motherfucking fly in this bitch, bro. Come on. The first game, offense wasn't really looking for Asa, but as Nico gets to his spot, man, he loves that. He loves that elbow, that mid range. As Katie said, man, mid range is escaping the game, but I think certain players will keep it alive. As Nico unfortunately gets beat on defense. as Houston tied the game up with the bucket, and they're looking to take the lead with these free throws. Man, it's been a good, decent game so far. It's kind of been a slugfest defensively, kind of ugly on offense for both teams. Houston hasn't had the greatest success either, but looking at Atlanta's side, Jack McVay has stepped up for Atlanta off the bench, so it's a good sign for Atlanta to have somebody who's somewhat hot and you can look to. and Asa Newell's having a good game, 2 or 3, 6 points. Kind of quiet on the boards, which is not necessarily, I would say, a worry, but you are looking at that. You are looking at that aspect of his game, to kind of see how he handles bigger opponents, stronger opponents at this moment, because that's what it's kind of going to be looking like. Um, he's not necessarily going to be thrown around, bro. He's a man, so like if I was 19 and 7 foot, 200 something, I wouldn't necessarily be the strongest, but I would definitely have some attitude. And you got to have some sort of fight. So I think that plays a part into it as well. If you don't have no fight and you that lanky, oh shit, my boy tears Achilles. Oh, hamstring. Either man. Hopefully he's all right, man. Folly Dante. Hopefully he's all right. Played 2 minutes and came up limping. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, and one. Good stuff. Good stuff. Good process there. Nelly Jr. Joseph got the pass to Jacob Toppin. May have been a little strong, but got it to him either way. Jacob Toppin is going to the line, try to complete 2 free throws. So nice little look there. And again, like I said, kind of looking at Asa's game and the rebounding aspect is kind of an area you kind of want to watch for as Jacob Toppin knocks down this free throw. But other than that, he's having a pretty decent game, I would say. He kind of is. This matchup isn't favorable for him, so you kind of want to see how he is reacting, how he's playing during this matchup. If he's kind of shying away from some certain things, but that was a good contest. Good contest. As it came over maybe a little late to help, but as he racked up his third foul, unfortunately. Um, I mean, summer league has high foul count, so I hope you kind of leave him in. Like foul trouble really isn't usual, as we got an air ball at the free throw line, bro. Oh, brother. 42 to 40. He gets that one to go 42-41. Atlanta looking to sustain this lead till halftime. It's 5 minutes to go. Saw the vision, just couldn't get it there. Houston's too good of a defensive team to get those type of last second passes off. You kind of have to have an idea of what you're gonna do. Kind of. Wow, that was a great pass by Jacob Top and Nico for the little post fade. Nico loves those post fades, man. I think it's different. Um, it's gonna be a good source because just that's Atlanta's offense. A lot of cuts, a lot of action, high pace. So you want players who can kind of do those things, and Nico has uh, done a really good job at. My fault, I'm kind of slouched, bro. I'm getting a little too comfortable. But Nico has definitely done a good job at kind of playing, having that play style. Yeah, come on, Asa. As Asa was backing down, I'm not too familiar with his name, but he was backing him down, got the foul. So, oh, Chandler, that's Buddy from Tennessee. So, we ain't worried about that. We ain't worried about that. Asa, come on, show him who the dog is, bro. So, yeah, I think you just want to look at those areas certain players are going to be impacting on the pro club. You know, Nico, he's going to be passing a lot. You know, secondary ball handler. That'll be his role when he does play with the pro club, I would think. And scoring, obviously, he's not going to be like a lead scorer or like second option, but he will be a damn Asa. Hopefully that's on Nelly Jr. But yeah, I think they're gonna chalk that one up on Nelly Jr. Joseph, that foul right there. So Houston's going to the line for two. But yeah, like I was saying, you just want players to kind of shine in the areas that they're gonna be impacting in on the pro club. So as Houston gets the first free throw to go. But yeah, so players like Kobe, you want him to you want you want to have that trial by fire. As Houston misses the second of two, and Atlanta gathers the rebound. Jacob Toppin is in control right now. That's not a foul. Yeah, that's a trip. Yeah, man. You can't flop and then triple. But yeah, like I was saying, you kind of want to. You don't mind it being a trial by fire for Kobe Buffkin because he hasn't got a lot of this action in the pro league, like just running offenses, being the guy that everybody is looking at to start the offense, run the plays. So you kind of want to look at that aspect. You don't really care about how productive they are, like points wise, unless that's really what you're gonna be relying on in the season, and that's not really the case. Unless like your Cooper Flag, you're gonna be expected to produce kind of early on. There's it's a curve for every draft pick, but I'd say 1 through 5, the curve is a little steeper, or the angle's a little. As Jacob Toppin just got bodied there, that's an and one. Come on, man, come on. But yeah, the curve is just a little different for like higher picks, so they are definitely expected to produce at a different rate. So definitely will be interested to see. I don't think Cooper's gonna average 20 points off rip, but I think he'll average 15 for sure. Especially with it probably will be his team first couple weeks. AD probably coming back from some sort of injury. Obviously missing Kyrie. Block, let's go, and one. As Nelly Jr. Joseph gets the roll there on that nice little layup. Houston didn't get in position in time. So yeah, I and I stated a lot over the offseason. I really like what Atlanta has done. Acquiring players, building the team around Trey Young. Obvious, obviously, some sort of bias. I think Trey is top 5 point guards for sure. That position is debatable. I'm obviously going to say he's the best. As Houston gets that little quick turnover, gets it to go, converts it into a bucket. As Atlanta gets the back cut again, Nelly Jr. Joseph finds Jacob Toppin on the cut, and Jacob Toppin is going to the line again. So you like to see that. Like I said, man, you like to see players do things that they're gonna do on the pro club. So As I was earlier mistaken, they did chalk that foul up on Asa Newell. So Asa Newell has 4 fouls in the first half. So obviously something he's gonna have to work on. But at least they kept him in the game, let him kind of work through it. But he does have 4 fouls. And that's something that's gonna come with, this off season. He's gonna get stronger at some point. And you gotta remember he's 19 years old. So he still got like 5 years until he can really be where he wanna be physically. Nelly Jr. Joseph, man, he's having a really positive performance as well. He's 3 for 3 from the field. He has a steal and a block. Um, Other than that, hasn't really produced too much, but you like that he's staying active everywhere, getting his hands on the ball, disrupting the possession. So, but yeah, man, Jake Stevens started the game. Hasn't really had the best. He's not really a great fit with this Atlanta team. Atlanta likes to play really fast and just doesn't look to have the stamina. But Jack McVay has stepped in 4 for 4 from the field, 11 points. So, excuse me. So you like to see that somebody is stepping up. Nico, 6 points, 2 or 3, hasn't really changed. He's hitting shots. You like to see that. Yeah, man, it's pretty. I wouldn't say bad, but yeah, I wouldn't say bad at all. I would not say bad, but they're doing their thing. Atlanta's trying to accomplish the things that you want to see. So that's really what you want to take away from it. You can't really get caught up in a win or loss right now. It doesn't quite matter if you win or lose. I mean, yeah, like I said, it don't really matter. You just want to see the things that's you're gonna see from these players on the floor. If that's what these players are, and Atlanta definitely has a couple of these guys. Kobe Buffkin is a returning guy. He is on the roster and been injured a couple times in his tenure with Atlanta. So haven't really seen Kobe Buffkin at his full potential. Last year we kind of saw flashes of it, but other than that, nothing really much going. Um, so that's kind of why he's in summer league, and they kind of are keeping him playing. Jacob Toppin is quick firing from three at the top of the 3 point line, but doesn't get it to fall. As Atlanta's defense is kind of running around scramble mode, they give up a three right there. Houston takes a 5 point lead. It's 49-54. On the three was knocked down by Chandler. Atlanta's taking a timeout. Man, well, what can I say? Atlanta came out of that last timeout looking a little lethargic, so can understand why, but definitely kills the flow, brother. Definitely kills the flow. But I'm gonna take the time. I'm gonna use the restroom real quick, y'all. I'll be right back. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. I'm gonna use the restroom while we are in a timeout. 1 second. Alright, man, I'm back. Me moving a lot quicker than the regular NBA games. As Atlanta is trailing by 6 now. Houston's really getting anything they want in the paint. They're blowing by Atlanta's perimeter defense with ease, which is kind of understandable. Atlanta's coming off a back to back, so you know legs are probably tired. So Nico gets it to go right there. That's Nico's spot though. He likes that mid range, that foot in the paint, right around the paint area. Excuse me. Oh, he smoked the dunk. Yeah, he stepped out. He stepped out. Appreciate you smoking the dunk, big dog. So we got an air ball free throw. I mean, Jacob Toppin had to hustle getting that rebound. Just saved it a little too strong. And Houston smoked the fast break dunk. So shout out to Houston smoking that dunk, man. Give it up. That turnaround is money for Juricic right now. Jacob Toppin with a good defense, man. You like to see that, but you don't like to see him coming up limping, man. Hopefully he just took a knee to the thigh right there. I hope. Hopefully he just took a stinger, man, because you really don't want to see a lot of injuries happen in the summer league, especially the guys who are already on the roster. Really to anybody, but it'll hurt to somebody on the roster, low key. But I can't lie to you. Excuse me. But yeah, man, Atlanta is trailing right now. Got a couple, maybe minute or two max going into the ending the second quarter. So would like to see Atlanta finish strong, but Jacob Toppin I think, just took a knee to the thigh, knee to knee. So I know that shit hurt. I know he hurting right now. So man, Atlanta's having a decent game. It's not really the greatest game so far, summer league, but it is summer league again. Not really looking for the greatest basketball to be played. So it is what it is, man. It's basketball. I can't complain. I'm not gonna be mad. It's my favorite team. But yeah, man, Jacob Toppin looked to take nah. I don't know. They're saying it's a no contact injury. It looked like it was a lot of contact, maybe during the play. Uh, but that's a blow, man. That sucks. You don't really want to see that. Jacob Toppin is on a two-way contract, so it kind of hurts Atlanta's roster right now at the moment. But it's not not like a terrible big blow, but just nothing you want to see overall to anybody. As Nico misses the three attempt and Houston gathers the rebound, they're looking to finish this half out with a bucket. It's Kobe playing some good D right there. Good. Wow. Great defense, better offense right there. Right there. Hey man, you can't help it sometimes. The offense is gonna hit shots. That was a good shot by Houston right there. Good closeout by Kobe. Good help by Asa. But Houston knocks down the shot to Finished that half out strong, man. So Houston takes what, a 6 point lead. So only 4 points. I was mistaken. So 4 point lead going into halftime. Um, yeah, not the greatest game for Atlanta's offense so far. Pretty quiet from everybody. Jacob Toppin was the leading scorer, but unfortunately he just went down. So I think in my opinion, it looked like a knee thing. He rushed in there for the steal there, and then kind of came up limping, grabbing his thigh, his kind of knee area. So kind of hoping it's nothing on that part, man. Hopefully he's okay at the least. And really playing again today really isn't your main concern. So hopefully you will, Jacob. Hate to see it, man. He was kind of Atlanta's offense, but as we digress and kind of look at the other stats, Asa Newell is still kind of a quiet game. He has 4 fouls, so you not really liking that aspect. Only 1 rebound as well. This matchup, Houston seems to have a lot of taller guys, taller bigs, so 6'10", 7 footers. So with that, I don't think he's gonna struggle, like, have problems. But like we said, strength isn't his strong suit. So he is gonna have matchups where it's just not as strong. It's just not gonna work out for him. His game is gonna have to develop into, you know, something else. So we'll see if that's not gonna happen overnight. So kind of just have to wait and see on that aspect. But Nico is a very positive sign. He's been hitting that mid range turnaround, which is nice to see. He missed his only three, but not really a big deal. 2 or 3 from the line, and only 2 fouls. So playing decent defense. So it's kind of what you're looking at when you're kind of watching Nico, his defense and what he's can contribute on offense. You're not necessarily looking at any aspect of his game, but just looking at what he can contribute. So anything that he does on offense is a plus. If he can kind of, oh my god, oh my god, I don't know who that was. Oh, these dunks have been nasty. Oh, that's Gary Payton. Turn up. Ooh, shit. Shit. He said, meet me at the mountaintop. Oh my god. Oh, that's an old one. That was Jeremy Grant. Oh, John Collins. Yeah. I remember watching that one. I was at my grandma's house. Holy shit. Ugh. Goddamn. That was like one of my last times in Vegas, bro. I was wanting to go to the summer league so bad that year. God damn. Jackson Hayes murdered him, bro. Holy shit. Oh my god. Shit. Of course that's Shaded or no, who is that? I thought that was Shaden Sharp. Oh my god. Oh my god. Brandon Miller. Yo. Yeah, man. Shout out to them. These posters are dope. A left hand slam, that's disgusting, yo. Man, yeah, I'd like to go to summer league once in my life, man. I think it would be a pretty cool opportunity. I can't lie. I can't lie, man. It would be pretty cool. It'd be pretty fun, man. Seeing the environment seems pretty cool. NBA players walking around checking out their teams. Arenas are right next to each other, so really it's a walk away. And Vegas itself is pretty cool, man. If you haven't been, I'd suggest you check it out at least once in your life. Just don't stick to the strip. Go do something else. Um, don't stick to the basic stuff. And if you want to go stick like downtown, all that stuff, do stuff like that's a niche. That's what I would suggest. Spend a day downtown, Fremont, all that, the strip, all that stuff, and then go do something cool. Like go ride four wheelers or some shit in the desert. Like go to the Grand Canyon. It's a drive, but if you got a rental car, fuck it, fuck it, bro, fuck it. I highly suggest it, man. Go do something cool. So it'll be fun to maybe do that next year. Check out summer league, do something cool out in Vegas. But we'll see, man. We'll see if we can get out, get a league pass or something. Get out there for the free ski. The freeway is the best way. Free 99. I'll always endorse that. But yeah, man, this summer league game has been pretty fun. Summer league for Atlanta has been pretty fun. I think next year for Atlanta, if all things go if the chips fall how they are supposed to fall, then Atlanta should have a fairly good draft pick if they hold on to it. In my opinion, I really don't. I really hope that Atlanta doesn't trade, make any big moves this offseason, maybe even going into the season, mid-season, whatever season. I really hope they don't make a big trade. I really like this young core that they've built and they've kind of established. Like I said, keyword is young. 2021, there was some younger guys, but it was really a team that was led by vets. Nate McMillan, he preferred veteran players. It seemed like so because Jalen Johnson was on the roster for a year and a half under his coaching, and he didn't really play. So you see what, yeah, you see Cam Reddish kind of fell off. Yeah, Nate McMillan was not the guy the Hawks needed. But shout out to him. He was the coach that led Atlanta to an Eastern Conference Finals run. So can't knock him. But yeah, man, they had that idea in 21, but you know, like I said, look, man, look, Topping out there stretching. I think it was a knee. I think it was just a little bruise, contusion, what they call it, I think. But yeah, man, like I was saying, I told you, man, Jacob Toppin back, man. Jacob Toppin back. He can't take a real nigga out. Shout out to Jacob Toppin, man. Warrior coming back for summer league, man, pushing through. I think it was just a knee. But yeah, man, like I was saying, Atlanta had the idea in 2021, and that's where everybody's like, oh, it's a fluke. But I think Draymond said it best. The reason why people can say that is Atlanta didn't invest in the team after that. They didn't look to get better. Like they didn't look to better the players that they had around Trey and like really, really invest. They really thought they could run it back the same system, same players that kind of surprise people. Not saying they're bad players, but once people kind of catch on and kind of game plan for you, can you kind of adjust? And I don't think those were the type of players that could do that. So I think this year is going to be kind of like it's gonna be a prove it year, but people are gonna be kind of ready for Atlanta, so it'll be interesting because the players are gonna have to prove it this year for sure. and that'll be interesting to see if they can do that because that's really what it takes to be a good team, man. Because if you know you can put a good team together, but can you execute? So that'll be the question for Atlanta this year: execution. And you know, like I said, on paper, I think Atlanta did a really good job executing their role at building a roster around the best player that they have had in a while and the best point guard in the league for sure. Hands down, bro. Trey is the best point guard in the league. I'll stand on that. Traditional point guard, Trey got that. Scoring point guard, Trey got that. Like I don't really defensively. I understand. Yes, he's not the greatest. He won't be the greatest. He will never be the greatest point guard, and I won't say that he is. Nico looks to be short. Good stuff, Asa. Puts it right up. Had a smaller guy on his back. Got the offensive board. That's what you're looking for. So shout out to Asa. That last Houston possession was fairly easy. Asa kind of got backdoored there. No center, no help on that dunker spot. So kind of want to see better defense from Atlanta coming out of halftime, but it is an 8-point lead. Asa Newell at the line. Can't knock it down. He kind of struggled last game. He only had 2 attempts, so he didn't get to the line too much. They kind of let him play through contact. Probably could have had a couple and one opportunities, but he made two so far. And I mean, it's not ugly, man. It's there. It's just a little maybe process or something as he goes empty from the free throw line at that opportunity brings his tally to a 4. So he's shooting 50%. Offensive rebounds are going to be what is killing Atlanta. Yeah, second chance points. Second chance points is what's going to hurt Atlanta right now. Houston is they're kind of not doing as well on offense, but they are getting second chance points. They are creating turnovers. So if Atlanta was going bucket for bucket with them, I think it would still be a tie game. But they're getting stops and they are getting second chance points. And Kobe Buffkin with another turnover. Jacob Toppin, you see he's hurting. Atlanta should probably go ahead and sit him. I know he could probably play through it, but you don't want to injure somebody in summer league. Just pushing the limit, man. So go ahead and rest that man. He's trying his best, but I think he should probably sit. But yeah, man, Atlanta's kind of struggling right now. Kobe, like I said, man, trial by fire. Just throw him in. Just throw him in. You gotta live with it, bro. You gotta live with it. You can't be mad. You can't react. I don't think. I mean, you can be worried, but like, why overreact? So yeah, Houston's on 11 and 0 run. Arsenal, corner three. Nico created good contact. He should have looked to finish that right there. Is that it kind of is looking a little ugly for Atlanta right now. They're down 15. You probably are gonna have to rely on the subs this game more so than the starters. Like I said, coming off a back to back, players are still trying to catch their wind, their game flow, um, and then you kind of factor in a quick turnaround. I was kind of thinking Atlanta was playing Tuesday, but Hopefully they don't play till Wednesday. Charge. There we go. Shout out to Atlanta. That way. Quit complaining, man. Quit complaining, man. You fouled him. That's a UT player for you. Good job, Asa. Way to high point that ball. Yep. Good job, Asa. That's exactly what you looking for right there. Fought for that rebound, stole it from that man, took his lunch money. Yeah. Yeah. He thought he had that board. Go straight up. Yo, it's gonna fall, man. It's gonna fall. It's not nothing I see wrong with his shot. I'm not an NBA shooting coach, but nothing you see wrong with his shot, man. It's just not falling right now. As he knocks down one or two at least. And honestly, like it's kind of a cop out, but he's a big, so it's not the greatest concern. Like it's really a benefit for your big man to be 30, 40% from outside the paint. So if you can have that, you can kind of deal with free throw struggles because you look at Luca, he's not the highest free throw percentage shooter, but he is he gets the free throws and he gets fucking buckets, bro. So people are all right with that. So I think if Asa can kind of do that, he'll be all right. Oh, that was a good move, Nico. That was a good move. Got the bump right there on the drive. So Nico's going to the line, trying to spark Atlanta's offense. They are down by 14, man. It's not out of reach. So Atlanta has a chance. Last game they did come back. Um, pretty The odds were stacked against them. I would say it was a lot later in the game, fourth quarter. They're down by like 8, 9. So the swing was like kind of crazy. Like 6 minutes to go in the fourth. So you never know. Starters could get fresh win. Bench could bring them back. So Kobe didn't have the greatest game last game. Not having the greatest game this game, but effort is there. He's trying. Kind of trial by fire, like I said. Just throw him in. Um, Let him learn what to do, what not to do. As Atlanta gives up a 3-point look, but the Houston Rockets cannot knock it down. Nico is getting to his point. It's a little forced right there, but kind of looking for some sort of offense for Atlanta. Kind of swing that, bro. Come on, Asa. Yeah, everything's short. So, like I said, legs are probably just not under them completely. Yeah, that's what it looks to be. That's really all it is. Conditioning, strength. Atlanta seems to be a little sluggish, man, and that's understandable. It's summer league. It's early on. The team isn't going to be pristine. Everybody's clicking on all cylinders, but it is what it is, man. It's summer league. Can't really buy into it that much, but kind of was hoping for something a little different because Atlanta has had success during the summer league, so you kind of get a little spoiled in that aspect. But it is dwindling down. So somebody I was watching Brad Rowland, and he kind of put in perspective Brad Rowland of Locked On Sports, Atlanta Hawks, Locked On Hawks. He was kind of explaining, the perspective of players that are looking still fighting for roster spots. They are it's a little more sluggish out there, you know what I'm saying? It gets a little more desperate out there. So that perspective kind of changed how I look at it, you know. So Atlanta might not even look to play their guys this later game unless they're serious about winning the championship. So, and yeah, I think there's only a handful of teams that are willing to say, "Hey, we're trying to win the summer league chip," and that can depend, man. I think teams want to stay competitive in any aspect, but like Dallas, they can't come out and say we're trying to win because they're resting Cooper Flag the rest of the time. So if they were trying to win, they let Coop play the rest of summer league. If yeah, that idea. So I don't really think you could say you trying to win summer league and rest your best player. So I think that's probably a little bit of a contradiction, but I think we'll see. I don't know what direction Atlanta's going with. I don't know if they're gonna want to win, stay competitive, but we'll see. I'll be fine either way. Whichever way the cookie crumbles, I'll be all right. I ain't gonna complain. Excuse me. But we gonna see, man. We gonna see. I think Atlanta has a good chance. I think they'll probably seed high if they do finish out with this roster. But we shall see, man. We shall see. Say it's a couple more days, I think. I think it lasts till the 20th. Yeah, so 6 more days. Logo. Nope. Nope. Nico secures the rebound. Adam Flagler is bringing it up. Probably was looking for the foul. Jake Stevens gets his hand in there and knocks it off, buddy. But yeah, man. Kobe Johnson ain't probably gonna play, unfortunately. So, but yeah, Atlanta is kind of their roster is kind of dwindling. I don't think Jacob Toppin's gonna be back. He looked to be a little struggling. So as Atlanta gets that to go, it cuts it down to what 11. See if they can finish this quarter strong. See which way this momentum can swing. But Nelly Jr. Joseph has had a really good game. Had a lot of positive moments for Atlanta. Been a big rebounder for Atlanta. Um, the guards just need to look at driving and kicking, man. And one. Hate to see it. Hate to see it, man. Hate to see it. Chandler seems to be having a good game. 19.7 to 15 for Houston. As Houston extends their lead to 12. I'm tripping. Third. I'm tripping, bro. 14. I need to eat something, bro. Hell nah. What's going on, bro? How y'all gonna let that happen? 3 minutes to go here in the third quarter, man. Come on, Kobe. Let's go. Knockdown. So Kobe Buffkin enters the game, knocks down a three, which you like to see, man. Stay aggressive, stay shooting, man. Don't let the don't let the bad moments get to you. You can't let the bad moments get to you. You gotta kind of just shake it off and next play. So he's not having like the greatest game, but like I said, man, just trial by fire, throw him in there and see what happens, bro. You can't really be mad at the process of it. You just gotta kind of let it happen, see what the results are, see if it's something you want to invest in, and if not, then you might have some decisions to make later on down the road. But for now, I think you gotta give it a chance, and I think Atlanta's going about it the right way. Good stuff, Cole. Try to get a foul call as well right there, but cuts it down to 11 now. Good defense by Kobe as well. Got the steal. There you go. I think his legs are kind of coming back under him right now as Jack White gets it blocked on that drive, but Nelly Jr. Joseph collects the offensive rebound, kicks it to Kobe, and Kobe knocks down another three. Goes on a personal 8-0 run, makes it 67-75. So cuts it down to 8. Excuse me, he had a 7-point run. Excuse me. Yeah, man. Shout out to Kobe. That relocation for that three knocks it down, man. Kobe seems to have his legs up under him now, which is kind of how it goes, man. That second half, uh, that second back to back game is always a rough one. It's always kind of you find your rhythm a little later than you usually do, so it's kind of typical. So not really surprising on that Kobe is kind of knocking down shots at the moment. So it's a positive, especially for him. Hopefully that boosts his confidence. He's sitting at 6 for 11 now, so definitely a lot better than yesterday. Yesterday's game was not that great shooting wise, but like I said, in other areas, pretty good. Um, has been a little loose with the ball, 6 turnovers. Not the greatest on defense either, 5 fouls, but luckily, you get more fouls in the summer league than you do regular season, so you got a little more leeway there. So him and Ace are both kind of sluggish on defense, sitting at 5 fouls, but they're not the only ones, man. I think Nelly Joseph got 4. Um, Nico got 2. So a lot of people sitting at a couple fouls. So they're not the only ones, but they are the highest ones. So it's not really a indictment on them, but just it is what it is. But yeah, man, shout out to Kobe bouncing back. Kind of struggling finding a rhythm on offense, I would say. Uh, but like I said, man, you can't really complain. You can't really be mad at it that he isn't really finding his having that perfect game. Um, that first game of summer league, perfect, man. Like 29 points, good amount of assists. Exactly what you wanted to see from him. Yeah, it's a charge. You can't hit him, but yeah, man. Like I said, Cole isn't having the greatest game, but hey, you know, it is what it is. You like to see him stay aggressive, stay kind of positive, kind of leading the team in some sort of way. He has 3 assists. Unfortunately, kind of like I said, loose with the ball, 6 turnovers. So this is a role where he is not necessarily like used to. I really don't think he's played primary point guard like at all. As Jack McVay gets the block right there. That was a good pass by Buffkin finding Nelly Jr. Joseph on that little slip from the pick and roll. Um, Good play by Nelly Jr. Joseph. His process on offense hasn't been the smoothest, but you kind of got to work with him there too. Got to work around the rough areas, man. You got to just kind of see through it. All right, yeah, man. Buffkin is back, man. He really feeling it. It's a 5-point game, 77-72 Atlanta's way. Buffkin got his legs back up under him. Like I said, man, like no lead is safe with Atlanta. So it's kind of great to see, summer league squad is kind of performing like the big league squad, man, staying locked in, kind of keeping the main thing the main thing. That wasn't no foul, bro. He just can't dribble. That wasn't no foul, man. He just can't dribble. So with that foul, unfortunately, Houston is in the bonus for the rest of the quarter. So they'll be shooting free throws for 42 seconds. But 5-point game, still doable. I think if Atlanta had their guys, I hate I hate that shit. It just seems like we're always saying it. But Ellie and Jai hurt his wrist first game of summer league. He looked really, really promising. He was a four, kind of stretch four, real athletic, good on defense. Oh shit. Oh yeah, Buff. Oh, it's all right, bro. Kobe hustled back for the block, but still went in. Ball don't lie, bro. So that was could have been a double dribble. And somehow he got that block to go in, but he blocked it for sure. He blocked it. So Houston increases their lead to 9 going into the fourth quarter. Looks like unless Atlanta can get a bucket, so we'll see. Come on, Cole. What you got for us? Shot clock is matching the game clock right now, 8 seconds apiece, and rough process, man. Rough process. But like I said again, you can't really blame him, bro. He went on like a 8-0 run himself, so you can't be mad at that. You can you can keep it in your head and say this is something you probably need to work on, because that spin move has been a main source of your turnovers this game. So maybe just want to work on those moves where you get into the paint and got to do something when you can't get that at first initial shot off. So hey man, who am I? I'm not going to tell that man what to work on, but he got trainers and shit to do that for him. But it just looks like something he needs to work on. After he gets past the free throw line, kind of he doesn't panic. He does keep his composure, but his bag doesn't look too deep when he gets past the free throw line. So he's gonna have to again. This is summer league, so he's not playing with the pro league. Like he's not playing with the pro squad. So you got to remember that in that aspect of players off ball aren't necessarily going to be where the pro players are going to be. The pro players are going to have that just second nature thought of cut, be here in this window, be wherever they need to be. You know, I would say 7 times out of 10, a professional player is going to know where to be on the floor in their scheme. So that's kind of what you're dealing with as well. Players not necessarily playing too well off the ball. So you can't necessarily rely like on playmaking, unfortunately, unless you got, one or two guys that's really, really good at that. And that's Atlanta drills a three out of that timeout. Like I said, man, you can't really. That's why you can't necessarily look into say his turnovers this game. Like, yeah, he has a high amount, and he's gonna have to work on that. Ball control, kind of increasing your skill when you're on the offensive end. But you do kind of like look, Nelly Jr. Joseph really isn't making nothing happen for him. The screen was kind of useless almost. Kobe did sell it. He got to make a better decision coming down off the screen. Playing man. If this was a real game, yeah, have to pull him like immediately, but it's a summer league game, bro. So yeah, man, like I was saying, you know, you can make mental notes, say, hey, these are things you can do better. Like that right there. Right there. He could probably find that window a little better. But he gave the ball up on a fast break. That is something that you were gonna say, hey man, you gotta look at, something to do when you got the ball in your hands, you're approaching the 3-point line and getting below that free throw line. But by the time as a guard, um, you know, I wasn't nowhere near the professional level, but as a guard, you're taught to make a decision before you get to that free throw line. So it just doesn't seem to be the case. Some drives kind of the drive happens and nothing really comes of it because I feel like he's not really sure of what to do. Not saying he can't do anything, but kind of have to have a decision made up. You know, you have to have a plan A, and then if that plan A gets destroyed, then that's when you freestyle. You can't just go in there and freestyle. Kind of have to have a plan. I know I'm finna get this shot off, or I know I'm finna hit this corner because they're creeping. They're helping. Yeah, man. Houston's just hitting all them shots, man. Getting the lead it back up to 9 with 7 minutes to go. Houston's just shooting the shit out the ball. And like I said, man, Atlanta's just struggling. And Nico gets the jam right there, I'm pretty sure. Shout out to Nico. Pretty athletic, man. He's sneaky athletic. we Oh wow. He greened it. That's crazy. Yeah, bucket for bucket. It's Nelly Jr. Joseph. Everybody got blown past for that layup. Not the greatest effort, but Nico finds Jack McVeigh. That was a really good pass by Nico. Too much time. Good stuff, Nico. There you go. Jack McVay is saving us right now, man. He didn't really get a lot of didn't play the first game, played a good amount the second game, and now he is making a solid impact for the Hawks. 18 points, leading scorer for Atlanta. He might be the leading scorer in the game. Psych. Kennedy Chandler is with 22. As Houston misses that, and Atlanta is on the break now. Jack McVay to Nico. Nico smokes the layup, but it's all right, man. It's bound to happen. Nico's been pretty clutch, but as Atlanta has cut it down to 5, man, would have cut that lead down to 3 if they were able to get that. As Jack White knocks the ball loose, Kennedy Chandler is driving. So we got a timeout here, breaking action. Nico is filling in for that point guard role really well for Atlanta right now, man. He's finding everybody, finding his shots. Didn't really find that layup, unfortunately, on that little give and go with Jack McVay. Or McVay at least hit him, man. It was on the opposite end, as we just seen right there, as Nico dished to McVay for the three. Nico could not convert on that layup, but it is what it is, man. Not gonna be perfect, so definitely wish you could hit those shots, but it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Shout out to everybody tapped in. I appreciate everybody who is here, pulled up to the open gym for this Atlanta Hawks Summer League game. I know it's Summer League, man, but hey, man, basketball is basketball. And if you fuck with basketball, I probably will fuck with you. So I appreciate everybody tapping in. Shout out to everybody. If you haven't followed yet, just go ahead and remember to follow. Hit that follow button. I greatly appreciate you. I appreciate your time watching this game, tapping into NBA Summer League. It's been a pretty fun Summer League so far. I can't lie. At least Atlanta's in, man. Winning will make it fun. If they were getting their ass beat, probably wouldn't be as fun to watch. So, but yeah, it's been a fun Summer League so far. Pretty fun. Cannot complain, man. Atlanta had a really good, really interesting situation going into it. Draft night, they traded for. So a couple of things happened on the draft. They traded their 22nd pick away, and they traded their original picks, and they ended up with the 23rd pick from New Orleans, and they ended up taking the guy Asa Newell. Um, I was I didn't have like one individual person because I kind of know how the draft works. McVay, you might fuck around earn a roster spot with this performance, man. 6'7", kind of power forward, small, very small center. I would say not even a center. He's definitely a big power forward max. As Houston follows that air ball with a tip in, man, they take a 3-point lead there. Nah, I don't believe that. Oh, that was all ball. It did go off Atlanta's foot last. It did go off Nico's foot. Shout out to Nico playing that help defense, man. Get that shot out of here. As Asa Newell's checked back in the game, Adam Flagler probably missed him. I was about to say probably. Come on, Asa. Make it happen. I see, like something like that. You kind of want to see him finish over him and not try to finish up and around him. Great find, bro. Nico is a hell of a passer, bro. I think that's a really underrated part of his game, man. Passing is, I mean, he's not gonna average 10 assists. I don't think ever, but he'll average 7. I think he could average 7. I don't think that's out of the realm of possibility. I definitely think that that could happen. So 1 point game, man. Atlanta's defense is kind of whipping into shape, man. They're kind of getting back active. Like I said, back back end of a back to back, not gonna be the most energetic game more than likely. You're gonna rely on the second unit more so, and that's really what's happening for Atlanta. Goddamn, man. Kobe didn't give up the bucket, man, but he definitely was guarding that person. I'm not real sure about this sub. Oh my god. Javen Johnson just didn't look like he was gonna get that high. I'm not quite sure about these subs though, man. That unit was cooking, man. I don't know why you would take Nico out, man. I don't know why. I don't know why you would take Nico out right there. That's a questionable decision. I think, yeah, I don't get it, but I'm not the coach. But Atlanta isn't. I don't know. They're not necessarily looking for Asa how they really should be. Um, in my opinion, I think the ball should run through Asa at least one out of every 3 possessions. Um, like I said, man, it's trial by fire. I think you really have to, like you, as in some aspects, you have to go get it. You do have to, kind of almost force them to give you the ball by playing well. You have to execute in your moments that you do get the ball, but at the same time, you do have to get a young guy some shine. Like it's not necessarily all about what you got going in your development. It is other people that have to get involved too, and ways that I don't know. Like as a guard, if you have a big that just got drafted there, like both of y'all can eat, man. Like me, you, we're gonna dominate pick and roll this summer league. So like that would be my thing, man. That would be my thing, man. It's like we could both eat, we could both make each other look good. Like I can get a layup, a pull up, a three off these screens. I can get you the ball. So offense just really ain't running through them like I would like it to. Um, and like I said, at some point you do got to go get it, but at some point you can't like just be like fuck that, give me the ball when coach be calling plays and stuff. Relying on Kobe to call plays. He got to execute that. As Kobe gets to the line there, kind of got bailed out with the foul. Kind of forced that lay, but 2 minutes left, down by 4. Nothing to really worry about. 98-94. But you just want to see better process. And like I said, they're kind of throwing in Kobe Buffkin in that role of, hey, you're the point guard, handle the offense, handle everything. And it's a little different for him, I understand. And I think after this summer league, he'll understand where his game can improve. As he knocks down the first free throw to cut it down to a 3-point lead for Houston. Kobe Buffkin knocks down the second of two as well. So it's a 96-98 ball game. That was a good job by Ace Newell helping over, but nobody came over to recover for Ace Newell. So Houston got another offensive rebound and another chance to score off second chance points with Kobe Buffkin fouling on that. Was a little late on that, but like I said, man, you can't really expect everybody to be fresh coming off of back to back. Especially summer league is not like the flow of the season. Like flow of the season, back to backs are a little different. You're kind of used to them by then. Your body is adjusted. So these ones are a little different. Nobody's really in game shape. I would say 100% at least. As Houston, it goes 1 for 2. So 3-point game, 1 minute and 50 seconds to go. Kobe short on that. Kobe is short on that three, but hey, man, he caught fire in that third quarter. In the third quarter, maybe the start of the fourth. But I'm not upset at it. I'm not upset at it. But I would like to see Nico close out the game. And as I speak, I see Nico check in. So that's what's up, man. I think Nico should have been left in the game unless he was kind of gassed, man. Kind of said, "Hey, man, I need a breather." Probably should have left him out there because he was a spark. He got 7 assists, 13 points. So leading the offense. Hopefully, Kobe can kind of understand that, kind of let him run things, kind of be that secondary option, cutting all that good stuff. Yeah, yeah, good D, good D, good D. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Run it, run it, run it. Don't do it, Cole. There you go. Yep, yep, yep. Good possession. Yep, good stuff, Asa. Good stuff, Asa. Let's go, Nico. Come on, Asa. Hey, let's go. That's a great possession. Great possession, man. Great processes from everybody. Kobe waited it out. Hit Asa. Asa turned, hit Adam Flagler. Adam Flagler took the good corner three. From the good corner three, Asa got the board and kicked it out. Repositioned for that three. Atlanta's defense is turning up at the right time. And one. Asa with the let's go. 40 seconds to go. Atlanta takes a 2-point lead, man. That's what's up, man. That is what's up. You love to see that, man. Atlanta taking a big leap right here. And Kennedy Chandler, I believe, just drills a three. Excuse me. Excuse me. That was not Kennedy Chandler. That was Adonis Arms, man. That was a nice three at the dead on, man. Asa really couldn't have done nothing better, man. He played defense like he was supposed to. That was a nice corner three by Asa Newell, man. It's really positive. And wasn't necessarily wide open. So that's what's up, man. Um, I think a package just got here. That's why the dog is barking. In these ring notifications. Yeah, UPS, UPS. Shout out UPS, man. I was delivering a little earlier than the delivery time states. So shout out to UPS. They be working. Really all them delivery drivers be working. Amazon, UPS, FedEx. Shout out to y'all, man. Yeah, I do help make the world go round these days. So appreciate shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to everybody who be working about 5, 7 days a week. Shout out to y'all. But yeah, man. Adonis Arms. I'm not too familiar with your game, young brother, but shout out to you, bro. Just cash that three in. Top of the 3-point arc. Now it is a 102-101 game for Atlanta. We'll see what Atlanta got to offer coming out this time out. But we'll see, man. We'll see. It's a tight game, man. It's a tight game. But don't know really what to expect. But Imma kill that fly, Imma kill that fly, bruh. Imma kill that fly. So, Kobe Buffkin is sitting at 20 points. Just gotta get it in. Mm, still got the shot clock, so you can play defense. You don't necessarily have to foul. Just cannot. Ugh. Tough. I mean, I guess as Houston has a chance to extend his lead to a 4-point lead or a 3-point lead, excuse me. Um, Sitting at 103, 101. So we'll see, man. We'll see. See if they can do it. We'll see, man. But I think so far Atlanta has had a good game. It's been really ugly for the most part. When I say ugly, not necessarily in a sense like Atlanta's got bad players and they just are stinking up the arena. It's more so they're just a little sluggish, man. They're coming off it's the back end of a back to back, so it's a second game in 2 days. So you just got to take that into account and kind of realize that they probably, didn't have their legs under them for a majority of the game. There have been some spurts of energy from certain players, key guys, guys who are already on the Hawks roster. Kobe Buffkin, Nico, Asa, um, all have had positive um, moments in the game. I wouldn't necessarily call them like, yeah, they're like negative moments, but definitely obviously areas of improvement for everybody. And that is a common theme in Summer League. Nobody's gonna come out of Summer League purely polished. I don't think even LeBron James did, and he was probably the best Summer League prospect ever. So and that's LeBron James. Like he came out dominating, but he still has stuff to work on. So I think that's a every player thing, man. I don't think you can get too caught up with it as a player. Everybody's gonna have something to work on. Players still in the league 4 or 5 years and they still got stuff to work on. So it's going to change, man. As long as the stuff to work on changes, I think that's the most important part, man. As long as the progress is being made somewhere, um, yeah, that's the important thing. So Atlanta doesn't necessarily need a three. They can get a quick two and foul, but a three would probably be ideal. As Nico gets the inbound and they're gonna foul, man. That weak ass shit. Where the game at, man? Where the game at, man? That weak ass shit out of here. You gonna foul. I hope that shit bites you in your ass. I hope it bites you in your ass, man. I hope this shit make you look stupid. Kobe Buffkin enters it into Nico Juricic. Got him. Got him. If he stayed on the flow, that's a good defensive possession for Houston. But my man's was a little too eager, man. He was jumping bean. So my man's jumped right into Nico on that 3-point shot attempt. And now Nico is going to line for I believe three. Got 10 seconds left on the game clock. So if things don't go your way, you still got a little bit of time. So as Nico gets one to go, I want to say it was a 3 point shot attempt. I'm not sure, honestly. I can't lie to you. So I don't even know if it's a bonus. These are bonus free throws, if they are 2 point shot free throws or a 3 point shot free throws. Either way, looks like it is a 3 point shot opportunity as Nico is going to the line for this last one. 103, 104, 10 seconds left. So Atlanta still has a little bit of time. Both teams are on the bonus, so you obviously don't want to foul. Looks like Houston still has two timeouts left. So Atlanta is shit out of luck on that end. If they do get the ball back, they got to just make some magic happen. So there you go, Nico. There you go, brother. Way to clutch those up. It is 104 a piece. Nico is sitting at, I believe, 16 points after those free throws. Let me double check. Yes, sir. He is sitting at 16 points, 7 assists, and 4 rebounds. So, really positive game from Nico Juricic. Um, like to see all the things happening there. Kobe Buffkin, not the greatest, but not as ugly as the second game. Shooting wise, 7 for 14. So he really polished it up this game. Shot selection is a little better this game. Not necessarily forcing it, trying to get the offense going. He wasn't like shooting the Hawks out the game. He was just trying to take the offense into his hands. And I can understand that, you know, coaching probably telling him to, like, hey man, you gotta be impactful. So he was aggressive. That's really a good sign that you really want him to be aggressive. So that's really positive. So as Atlanta looks to close out this game, it is 104 a piece. They were down by 15 early on. I think going into the second half, they were down and then it kind of got ugly in that third quarter. But they bounced back, man. Bench unit is really contributing. Jack McVay has 21 points. He's leading Atlanta in scoring. You know, unless Houston really messes us up, offensive foul, probably will go into OT. Atlanta's defense has stepped up this last couple minutes of the fourth quarter. Really, this whole fourth quarter, they've kind of stepped up, got in the gear. No way. So, like I said, it's going OT, y'all. So, with that being said, I'm going to use the restroom. I will be right back. Give me 1 second. I appreciate everybody that tapped in. Give me 1 second. I'm using the restroom. I'll be right back after the break. So I missed a couple buckets, y'all. My bad, my bad. But we back. Oh, PG went. PG had surgery. Philly rap, bro. There you go, Asa. Knock them down when they count, bro. As the graphic really went to zero for Atlanta there real quick. That's funny. There you go. Puts Atlanta up too. So quick little OT right here. It's a total of 2 minutes. I'm sure y'all seen. He hasn't found the mark all game. He's kind of playing reckless now. He airballed a free throw, so we good. We living. Got hat here. Going crazy. So we got Kobe and looks like Loudon maybe. I don't know. I shouldn't assume that was gonna be that easy. Ledlam. I don't know who this brother is, man. Need some chapstick, boy. So it looks to be going Houston's way. As Atlanta's holding on to a 2 point lead, 49 seconds left, man. Good game so far. Atlanta hasn't had the greatest game. Yeah, we'll make them earn it. We'd rather have that than an easy two. He might miss one. You never know. So Atlanta's looking to get the ball back with 43 seconds left. I don't think they'll take the timeout. I don't think they'll use it. Got 108, 107. It's summer league for the refs too, man. It's summer league for the scorekeepers, all of them. So tie game, y'all. 40 seconds to go. 108. Got the first switch, another switch. Good job by Kobe, man. Got two switches off the pick and rolls and got a pretty favorable matchup and beat your matchup to the rim. So can't be mad at that. And Kobe recognizes probably that his shooting hasn't necessarily been there tonight. So don't rely on the shooting. Get to the bucket. And that's exactly what he did. As Kobe knocks down the first of two, giving Atlanta the 1 point lead with 30 seconds to go as Jack White checks in for Jack McVeigh. The two Australians swap. We got 30 seconds left, y'all. It's going shaping up to be a great ending. Whoever walks away with the dub, it's going to be a kind of hard fought game. As Kobe misses the second free throw, so Atlanta walks away with the 1 point lead. Hopefully, their defense can step up and step to the task as they let that corner three go, but it hits the side of the rim. Ace Newell diving on the floor. You like to see that, and it's a foul. So, so luckily Atlanta's not in the bonus. That foul might have pushed them over into the bonus. Yep, that's exactly the case. So Atlanta might be looking to call this timeout after these free throws. We'll see. Um, he's perfect at the line so far. So and he breaks the curse. I should say he helps because I try to do that shit. I know I don't have no power over it, but the the announcer's curse. So I guess if they go into a second overtime, it's a sudden death. So hopefully Buddy missed this one. Yup. Got 10 seconds to go. 1 point lead. Atlanta just needs to strap up. Yup. Yup. Timeout. I was about to say, man, who the fuck fouled and where was the foul at? But Atlanta called a timeout, man. Man, you wasn't getting that bucket no way, bruh. You wasn't getting that bucket. I guarantee you. I guarantee you wasn't getting no bucket, bruh. As he bricks the two free throws, man. What I say? It's always a possibility. Yeah, probably for the best because he had to split that double or split that quick little help, and then power through. Nah, that timeout kind of opened up that bucket for you. It kind of opened that lane because if anything, you getting fouled, probably wouldn't be no and one opportunity. But man, it's been a good game, man. Shout out to everybody who has tapped in, everybody who has made it this far. Shout out to you, all the sickos out there, man, who locked in on summer league basketball. Shout out to you, man. It really takes some dedication to be locked in the summer league. I've been watching games, but not really dedicated enough to broadcast them, man. I don't really know enough about around the league, summer league teams, man. I know about a few rookies that I'm watching for, but that's really about it. Not really necessarily in tune with all the other teams. Atlanta's really the only team that I'm locked in on, and I know really I'm knowledgeable about a few players and what's going on and what the situation is. So it's kind of why I haven't really done too many other teams. I did. We watched the Cooper Flag game, but I couldn't really buy into it, man. I was really only watching Cooper, and Bronny wasn't getting no PT. Don't count. He can't make the free throw, but he can make that. I know he's sick. So 5 seconds to go. My heart kind of dropped, bro. I was like, ain't no fucking way. But that shit don't count, man. It don't count, man. That's crazy. He know it don't count. he just he just waiting on saying, hey, we could redo it. he looking at the ref like shit. Tell me I could redo this, ref. That's crazy, bro. Bro, that sucks for him, man. Not trying to dog on him, but he did miss those two free throws and he made that. Oh my god. I'll be so sick, bro. Oh my god. I'd be so sick, bro. I'd be pissed off. I can't lie. I'd be so sick, bro. Oh, he fucking sick. Oh my god. Oh my god, he's sick. Oh my god, he's sick. Oh my god. Oh my god, he's sick. I'll be sick too, bro. Low key, I'd be. Oh my god, you gonna smoke the free throws to tie the game, and then you gonna turn it over. Oh my god, that's some shit. I feel like the play clock didn't run, but I could be mistaken. It is kind of a delay between live action and the broadcast. So, oh my god, I nobody is hurt. Oh my god, I feel for him, bro. I feel for him. That's tough. That's tough, man. Kobe clutching up, man. Let's see if he can extend this lead, at least push it to 3 points. You never know. You might see some crazy shit happen on Houston's end. They might fuck around and hit that 40 footer. You know, fuck it. So Atlanta's looking to finish 3-0 after this game. As Kobe Buffkin knocks down the free throw to push it to three. That was a good shot too, man. That was a good shot. They somehow got a good shot. But somehow Atlanta squeezes away with the dub, man. Shout out to the Hawks, man. Even their summer league squad is pretty fucking resilient. So shout out to Atlanta as they improve to 3-0. And hey man, you can't ask for nothing better. Houston got a really good look. Atlanta fought back. That's what you can ask for. And as we break down the stats, nothing really popping off like crazy, but I will say Kobe Buffkin. Shout out to Kobe Buffkin, man. He bounced back. He really improved. Um he really had a down game scoring wise. In this game, he came out 8 of 15 from the field, 4 of 8 from 3, 5 of 6 from the line. That late free throw was his only miss from the line. So it's a really good game for Kobe. And the negatives, 9 turnovers. So you like to see that number kind of dwindle down a lot moving forward. So again, kind of throwing Kobe in a role he isn't quite familiar with. So kind of got to give him some grace there. So he really improved. He had a really shaky first half. I think he bounced back quite well. So ended the game with 25 points, 2 steals, a block, 6 rebounds. So and he had 3 assists. So really good game from Kobe. Kind of turned it around, impacted the game in ways he needed to, and in ways that he probably will on the pro squad. So, like I said, again, that's kind of what you're looking for guys who are on the roster. Jacob Toppin, he was kind of leading the squad early offensively. He was kind of the strong spot, but he unfortunately got hurt. It just looked like a little knee contusion, need a knee contact to the thigh. So he might sit the next game. He might be back depending on the amount of days they have between games. So if it's kind of a quick turnaround, I could see him sitting. But he had a good game when he was able to play in that kind of full strength. So he was a bright spot for Atlanta early on. Asa Newell kind of had a slower one. First half wasn't probably the greatest. 1 for 4 from three. So you like to see him aggressive from three. You don't want to see him kind of shy away. So 4 attempts is actually really good. 1 of 4 is, I mean, obviously it's not the greatest, 25%. But for a big, that's something that you kind of want to see. You want to see him aggressive. His only three was actually a very important one. It was when Atlanta was coming back in the fourth quarter. So um, shoot or shoot, man. And that 1 3 was really big for Atlanta, and it came up really big. Ended up 5 of 8 from the line. So he missed uh 2 at the line, completely, and then 1 of 1. So he kind of bounced back there at the line. So that's really good to see. It's a really big positive. I think those are the ways he's going to impact the game early on. He's going to be a little, not on the stronger side coming into the league. So he's going to get a lot of fouls, like people just kind of trying to bully him. So he'll get a lot of foul calls, I think. So him shooting well at the free throw line is probably going to be important. So 4 of 9 from the field as well. So it's not like, nothing really alarming, but and it was positive. You got to think too. You don't really got the pro pro players giving him the ball. You got Kobe Buffkin, and again, as a role he's not necessarily used to distributing, handling the offense. But Asa ended with 14 points, 6 boards. He did have 6 fouls though, so you gotta work on that. Gotta be aware that he has. Wouldn't say he's been in foul trouble, like because summer league you have a higher amount of fouls allowed, personal fouls allowed. So hasn't really been in foul trouble in summer league standards, but in the NBA standards, he would have been fouled out this game. Um, but this is the first game I believe he has accumulated 6 fouls. So first game he would have fouled out in the actual game. So you kind of want to see that cut down. You don't really want to see a high amount of fouls, but like I said, matchups weren't the greatest for him this game. So hopefully after he'll get a off season of working out at a pro level. Hopefully that'll kind of get him there to some point. But going to Nico, he had a really good game, man. He excuse me, he was carrying the Hawks offense early on, getting to his spots, being a shining light when Atlanta's offense was kind of dark. So Nico did a really good job at kind of steadying the ship when things got a little rocky. 7 assists as well, so 16 points, 7 assists, 4 boards. So he did a really good job. Ended with a block, only 2 fouls as well. So you're kind of looking at him on defense, kind of making sure he's making an effort, improving on that end. So you like to see what you saw from Nico and Kobe, of course. Again, led with Kobe. He had a really good game, man. You cannot complain. Obviously, there's things he can work on, but again, man, it's a trial by fire for Kobe Buffkin, and I think he's doing a really, really good job. I think last game was the only game you can point at and be like, yeah, that's probably a bad game. But I'm sure he would even admit that, and I'm sure you don't give a fuck. You're not supposed to. You're supposed to move on, and that's exactly what he did, finishing with 25 and 25, 3 and 6. So he did a really good job steering the ship as well when they needed it. Adam Flagler, he wasn't like statistically popping off the page, but I think he did a really good job at kind of playing defense, helping out. So shout out to Adam Flagler. Jack McVay was the brightest spot off the bench with 21. He had 3 assists and 4 boards. Shot 4 6 from three, 8 of 10 from the field. So I think Atlanta should look at him, man. I think he's a 6'7" shooter. I think he can slow the pace up. Um, when you need that George Niang pace, I think he can be that. And you never know. So he finished with 21, 4 and 3, or excuse me, 21, 4. Yeah, no, 21, 4 and 3, and a block. So pretty good defensively. Only 2 turnovers, so you like to see that 6'7" forward who can shoot. So really good, game from Jack McVay. And the rest of the guys chipped in. Bentley Joseph Jr., Jack White, Javen Johnson. Excuse my voice crack. But yeah, man, they chipped in. Nothing necessarily crazy. 8 points from Nelly, 8 points from Javen. Javen was kind of he was kind of important on defense. 2 blocks. So he was important on that run when Atlanta was coming back. So he played really good defense there, knocked down some shots, a 2 and a 3, really important. Got to the line, so finished the game 3 of 5 from the field, 2 of 3 from the 3-point line. Actually, he did not get to the line, so I'm lying. Excuse me. So yeah, man, really good game from the bench. Really good game from Jack McVay leading the bench, and the rest of the guys they had a really good game as well. So shout out to Atlanta for sticking with it, man. They held strong. They stuck with the program and they got the dub, man. So you like to see it. They are 3-0 in the summer league. So really positive as a fan. It's cool to see your team win. Summer league, you can't really buy into it, so it's not really like hyped up. You don't think anybody on your squad gonna win rookie of the year just off a competitive summer league. But it is fun, man. It is fun. So and then now you just kind of wonder. Everybody is shutting their rookies down. Everybody whose team isn't necessarily the greatest. They're kind of everybody who is a rookie and who's kind of important is getting shut down because summer league isn't necessarily a main focus for a lot of organizations. So they want to keep their guys healthy, and if they really cared about, I guess, like marketing and all that shit, the success of summer league, this next game coming up that is Charlotte versus the Mavericks, they would have let Cooper Flag and Colin Knippel play, but I think both of those players are sitting out. So it's like I said, man, you got teams that really don't care. You have teams that are just kind of throwing in the towel at this point. They've seen what they've needed to see from the guys that they drafted. They're just really looking to fill rosters and all that good stuff. So so yeah, man, it's right now, like I said, it's not necessarily competitive for some teams. For some other teams, it actually is very competitive. So you have that mix. It's kind of dangerous because you got a lot of teams that's like fuck it, and you have a lot of teams that's like fuck it. Some people are really fighting for their life right now, so it's probably gonna get a little murky. So, but yeah, shout out to everybody who tapped into this run of Atlanta's summer league game against Houston. They finished it off. They got the dub, y'all. They moved to 3-0. So shout out to Atlanta. They got the dub. Shout out to everybody who contributed. Shout out to everybody who fell through the open gym, watched the game, all that good stuff. I greatly appreciate your time. If you haven't, remember, go ahead and hit that like, follow, or subscribe button, whatever platform you're watching on. But yeah, man, I greatly appreciate y'all. I gotta tap in, see what the schedule is for Atlanta. So when the next game is, we'll see. Probably, I'm thinking Wednesday. I'm thinking it should be Wednesday. They just came off a back to back, so I doubt they're gonna have them play tomorrow. So, shit, Colin Knippel is playing, man. I thought he pulled up on Asa Newell in a different outfit, but he is playing. So we got Colin Knippel playing. Cooper Flag is not. Liam McNeely's playing too. So I might tap into Charlotte this game, kick it, probably eat some. Not on stream, y'all. I'm sorry, I'm tapping out. But like I said, I appreciate everybody who tapped in, everybody who followed so far. If you haven't, I appreciate you. If you do, if you don't, it's all good, man. I understand. I don't understand, but I get it. But I appreciate everybody. Y'all have a good rest of the night. We will be back in the open gym tonight, kind of later after I kind of wind down from the day and get something to eat, kick it, relax, and do all that good stuff. And we will be back and probably playing college football, a little 2K, a little something, whatever we want to do. So we'll be back. I appreciate everybody again. Go Hawks. Shout out to y'all moving to 3-0. See if they can do something in the summer league. But yeah, like I said, appreciate everybody. Y'all have a good night. We'll be back on YouTube, Twitch too tonight. So